Okay. So, can you tell us where we are and what we're going to be doing?
Okay, now?
Go.
So we're in Glendora, the foothills of Glendora, and we are going to Rubel Castle. So Scott found it via Huell Howser, and so here we are. We're gonna go inside and see what's going on.
We have our $20. We have our appointment at 10 o'clock. It's about 10 or 15 minutes to 10.
Yep.
And we have our signed consent forms.
Yep. And
It
look
looks
around
like
you.
there's a few
It's so pretty.
other looky-loos. It's a beautiful morning if you've got a jacket on.
You can almost see.
And yeah, you have these look like homemade spikes. Oh, and you can see a little bit of the castle up there. Wow, all right. Oh yeah, and we're in the foothills. It's kind of misty, fresh, you can hear the birds. It's a beautiful morning. Okay, let's see some more. Okay, here's the gate. And you're supposed to be able to just, like, say open gate, and then it opens. Okay, so I just came in the front door. Well, the big gate is behind here, right in there. You come through this doorway and you come into a little courtyard, and there's like this modern communication system, and I'm not sure whether you call or jingle a bell or what happens to get their attention, but we're still a little bit early, but it is quite a cool thing.
When we come in, we'll just go past this line here, because the gate's going to close behind you automatically. So this is what's left of the property. Mr. Bourne started selling off all his property in 1950, and he kept this last 2 acres, which is what he donated to the church. He loved anything with gears, anything big and heavy, made of steel. And he wanted a locomotive, and he never got one. That's one goal he never achieved, but he got his caboose. And a friend of ours gave him the caboose. He had It's a 1948 caboose, which was refurbished in the 70s. And by the early 80s, cabooses were going out of, they pretty much stopped making them.
Wow, look at this. Oh. Oh, okay, that's the engineer's seat. Or the looking backwards maybe, I guess. Or forwards, and they put a stove. They made this into a living quarters. So there's your sink and bathroom and dining room table. Here's your cooking area, refrigerator, study, and bunks. Actually looks pretty comfortable. Oh, and wouldn't be complete without a bathtub. That's great. Man, homey. Very nice.
Need a whole shower. Yeah, bunk bed. A whole shower.
the windmill, we put this in 1970. The windmill was donated to us by a farmer who had it on his land up in Montauk, California. And, what? Long ways from here. Yeah. So the windmill was on a steel frame tower that he had. It's a 1950 windmill. And he didn't need it anymore. He donated it. We had a little convoy of trucks up there, and we toppled his tower over and brought it down here, and we built our own tower out of these telephone poles. And the water tower, the water tanks that were on the tower came from local farms. And they were building all the track houses.
And there's a door that just goes, I don't know, nowhere. It's just a pile of stone, and it says the Great Flood of 1969, and it has some really cool markings, and like this down here. So I think this pile of rubble used to be some sort of a monument.
One day a truck came and a bunch of tombstones came out, you know, and my uncle panicked. And he called the owner of the company, he said, I have tombstones. And the guy said, oh, those are typographical errors, you can put them in your walls. So the castle was full of tombstones. You know, you won't see most of them because they're all inside the
Tombstones with typographical errors.
But then we started
That's hilarious. I don't know if you heard that part, but that's what a lot of these are.
And the peacock and chickens took care of that pretty quick. And then we started realizing, you know, they kind of became friends as Michael was moving. And he was another 19-year-old kid. And he did like built-in recessed lighting, which was really unique back then.
Yeah.
You know, like having these just panels.
That's really cool.
And he had all these toggle switches on the wall that did all these different things.
Cool. He was entertained.
And you saw the 28 Studebaker there. This wagon is 40 years older than that, and it's a Studebaker too.
There's like a tunnel that goes down through there. All kinds of bottles sticking out of it. And then there's like some sort of pit here. I don't know what goes on in here. And then now we're gonna go into the packing house.
So this is where my grandmother lived for a while. Michael moved here in 59, and my grandmother joined him in 1960. She gave my father her house so he could afford to go to college. And she came here to live because she liked us better here anyway. Because she could fit 300 people for a party. And parties was her hobby. So this room was hers for a while, and then her father, in 1962, my great-grandmother died, and my great-grandfather came to live here. So we were 4 generations for a while in here. He was like 92 years old, and he lived here for 4 years before he died. But we might not have even kept this place without him. He was an amazing old guy. He was 95, and he was just rigid, you know, he walked straight up, and he wore his pea coat around town, you know, like right out of the 1800s, and he would just go give people grief, you know, like people were complaining about the eyesore here, so he'd walk around the neighborhood if he saw somebody, there's a brown spot on your lawn. Dance team in the Greenwich Village Follies, so they both had show business backgrounds, and the reason we're in California is
This is an organ. if it was at Madison Square Garden. That's what they tell me. Until it was replaced by more modern. But somehow it was acquired.
And this book is about Sally Rand.
For
It's the best book, or the biggest book about her that's ever come out. It's 800
Madison
pages.
Square Garden, Oregon. Oh gosh, it's just all bottles sticking out. Wow, that's cool. Going through the tunnel, entering the castle. Looks like this is washing machine storage central. And here we go, emerging into the castle.
She came and did a music video here. It was on a day that was raining really heavily, so she shot an extra video just walking around the place with the rain coming down. So this is, we just call it the center tower or the machine shop. We got really lucky in the early 70s when they were planning the Feather River project. This is all the timbers in here that we built this tower out of came from a railroad bridge that was demolished. So the railroad bridge was probably 1880s. And these timbers were amazing. They got donated and delivered. And Michael was so lucky that way. And that's the blacksmith shop. We still have the guy you saw on the film died about 4 years ago.
Working, and
we have the group of
I can tell you that it does keep good time.
You might have seen some of the pieces.
Construction.
In the shop here.
So here is the blacksmith shop. And Lily wanted me to show the clock and the propeller. So we can see the clock.
And you see around
From the clock
wherever you
tower.
see the smooth wall, that's the original reservoir wall.
Oh, okay.
So you can see where street level is. That's the live oak avenues up and down
The
level.
cannon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's
Yeah,
things
that's the
embedded in the.
Yeah, I think there's another copy. And when we were constructing the walls to the center tower, another lucky donation we got was they were tearing down the old 1927 jail at the city hall. So we got all their doors and windows. And so the tower's full of all those. This tower here we call the D Tower. And we need to get a new mailbox from Sacramento.
And this
All the
really
citrus
cool
families
staircase.
raise bees. There are beehives in every citrus grove. And our bees stacked on the roof. The big kitchen. Yeah, so the hives are all in the third story. Right. The bees are gone now, but. Well, yeah, we built the outside building side.
Wow.
So if you look up in here, this is the vertical shaft where all the supplies go after we were living in the castle. You just park a truck under here and then we use a winch to lift up all the groceries and firewood to the different levels. And at the very top is a 3,000-gallon water tea and lunch. And Michael, of course, had to buy the guard lunch. And then, after a few days, there were 4 guards.